Hi, this is Annie from the ADHD Minimalist, and today I'd like to talk about why I disagree with the minimal mom. I honestly never thought this would happen because I've been watching her videos for several years now, and I really enjoy almost everything she has to say. But a couple months ago, she put out a video that after like the first couple minutes, I was already like, oh, I don't think I agree with that. And so I thought I might bring that up in my own video. She was talking about how she saw a post where a couple sold all their stuff, and there was a picture of them sitting on the floor or on a blanket on the floor. And she felt like, oh, how nice. That would be great to sell all their stuff. That would be freedom. I think everybody's probably had that thought before. I know I am. That, oh, think how nice it would be to just get rid of everything and start over. And sometimes you just feel like you have to hold on to things because they're sentimental, or you just don't feel okay about just taking everything to the secondhand store and just saying goodbye and starting over. But you wish you could, because you knew you would save yourself a lot of work if you could do that. And so I sort of understand where she's coming from about, oh, that would be so freeing just to get rid of everything. But on the other hand, she was talking about how they live in Minnesota and it's really cold there, and she decided to only have one coat. And I think she was even talking about how they wanted to have one coat for the kids so that they just had one coat to hang on one hook. And I understand that that makes things way less complicated, and your children would probably hang things up more often if they had less stuff to manage. But on the other hand, I'm originally from the United States, but I now live in Sweden. And in the north of Sweden, it gets really cold in the winter, and we are often outside. So if I reduced all of my coats to one coat, I would be stuck inside part of the time while my family was outside enjoying the winter. So we do have a range of winter clothes, and I'm not prepared to say goodbye to those things, because freedom for me in the winter is being able to go outside in all kinds of different weather. The Swedes have a saying, there is no... I'm so good grief. The Swedes have a saying, there is no bad weather. There is only bad clothes. And I do feel that most Swedish people, they do live that out. They often have high quality, sometimes rather expensive outdoor clothing, and they put it to good use. And so our children are outside all year round, even when it's super cold. They're outside at school, and then we try to make sure we get outside at home. We go downhill skiing almost every weekend, and I try to get out and cross-country ski at least once a week with a friend. So, and in between there, we're taking walks. Last weekend, we took a walk to a waterfall that's close by here, and it's mainly froze. So you can go into some ice caves that are only there during the winter. And I need different clothes for all of these activities. So I have a variety of jackets here. And I know that the minimal mom said that for her, choosing freedom was having one coat. But these are all of my coats, and they all have different purposes. So like, this is my really warm down jacket, and I can put another jacket under it if it's super cold outside. I mean, like, we've been outside when it's 40 minus Celsius outside, and I'm not even sure what that is in Fahrenheit, probably minus 24 maybe Fahrenheit. And then they tell you, you have to like wrinkle your nose, move your lips, and move your cheeks, and make sure that your face isn't freezing, because that's the only thing showing when it's that cold outside. But you can still be outside for short periods of time, and then you need something really warm and really warm pants to go with this. But I love this coat. I wear this daily. Then I have a ski jacket, and I have learned over the years to double things up whenever I can so that I can consolidate clothes, because sports gear, they would like to have you believe that you need one new item for every sport. And so I do have this for downhill skiing, but if it's super cold, I will wear it to cross-country ski, and that works for me because I'm not like a super fast cross-country skier. I just cross-country ski to enjoy the day and to talk to my friends and get some exercise. So that works for me. but this is a cross-country ski jacket for when it's a little bit colder. And I realized when I was doing a declutter of all my clothes, and that full-length video is on my channel. You can watch it if you like, but I decluttered 4 different ways and found some kind of surprising results. But this was in my wardrobe, and this is a cross-country ski jacket for when it's pretty warm. And I realized that it's time for this one to go bye-bye on eBay. And then I can wear the warmer one, or sometimes I even like double up with putting a vest over the top of it or something. And I know that I don't really look professional, and I don't really look that sporty if you compare me to a lot of Swedish people who go out cross-country skiing, but for me, that's okay. I'm just out there to have fun. So that's all right. Then I have this jacket for the spring and the fall, and this one, which is just a shell. So I use all of these jackets. In the winter time, I usually take this one away, and in the summertime, I'll take these 2 away. But other than that, there are endless combinations. I mean, you can put this one under the shell, or I can wear this one under the ski jacket. If it's super cold, then I might go get this one. Or I can wear the vest over this, or under this. And so I can combine these in probably 100 different ways. and then that works for me. I have something for every single occasion, and I'm not cold if we need to go outside and it's super cold outside. So that for me is being free in the wintertime, is to be able to enjoy the outdoors and enjoy the winter, even when it's super cold, or even when Americans would stay inside. I did look up the definition of freedom, because I kind of felt like, after watching her video, I mean, she felt like being free was not having a lot of stuff to manage, which could be like, she didn't have to manage a bunch of winter coats. She just had one for each person in the family. For me, the definition of freedom would be not being stuck in the house all winter. And I looked up some definitions of freedom from the dictionary, and one of them was not being imprisoned or enslaved. Sometimes we feel that we are enslaved or imprisoned by our stuff, which is making our house feel claustrophobic. And then choosing less things can be choosing freedom from that. Freedom not to have to pick up stuff off the floor all the time, or freedom to have less dishes to do because you can't make that many dirty when you don't have that many. That can be a way to define freedom, is having less things to manage, but freedom can also be having the freedom to be outside all winter because I have the clothes to go outside. Or it could be defined in other ways, and I think everybody probably has to define freedom for themselves so that they know what kind of lifestyle and what kind of things they want to have in their home. We have a book from the United States. My kids are bilingual because I'm from America and my husband is Swedish. And so we have a bunch of books from the United States, and this one book with Donald Duck. Every time we read it, we laugh because the 3 nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, they are eating lunch and then they're going to go outside and play. And so they put their coats on and they open the door and it's raining outside. And they're like, oh, no, we can't play outside. We have to go in. And so they go into the playroom. And we're all like, oh, that's such an American thing. I mean, Swedish people would just get their raincoat and go out. And in Sweden, you also have rain pants. So you get your rain clothes on and you go outside, and you can be outside all year round in all weather. And for us and for my family and I, that's really freeing when we live in a little house, that being able to use the outside space in our yard all year round, that really makes the house feel bigger. So sometimes when the kids are just squabbling and they can't figure out what to do inside, now it's time to go outside. So what if it's raining? So what if it's cold? And then a lot of the times I'll put on my clothes too, and I'll do some chores like bring in firewood or take some stuff out of the house that needs to get to the car to go to the secondhand store or the storage room or whatever. And I'll do some running around outside too. And the fresh air is good for everyone. And a lot of the times, as soon as they just change their environment, the kids stop squabbling and they start having fun together. So I just want to encourage you. I believe both the minimalist and Joshua Becker say that you need to have the appropriate amount of clothes for your life, and that's going to look different for everyone. If you live in California where it's sunny all year round, you do not even need, maybe you don't even need any of these coats. Maybe you have a hooded sweatshirt and that works for you, and that's great. If you live where we live, then I need my coats so that I can enjoy being outside. And my children need to have extra clothes because they are outside every day at school, and sometimes they come home and their outside clothes are wet. Even if they are high quality, they still have to be taken care of properly or the kids get wet. And so then they have to have another set if we want to go outside in the evening as a family. So you have to take all these things into consideration when you're deciding how much clothing you need personally. And in general, I'm on the side of getting rid of more things because often we keep stuff that we don't really need and we just have to declutter it later. But take a second look, ask yourself what's essential for you. And hopefully you will find the right balance of stuff and find that click point, like Marie Kondo says. I did the Marie Kondo thing. I brought all my stuff in my room and I threw it on the bed, and there was a pretty big pile. And I went through all the things and asked what sparks joy. But then I didn't stop there. I continued and decluttered my clothes a few other ways as well, and compared 4 different ways to declutter clothes. So if you want to see that full-length video, you'll find that on my channel. Thank you for sharing part of your day with us. If you found this helpful, go ahead and subscribe or give us a thumbs up. Bye. We have a blog, theadhdminimalist.com, where we talk about minimalism and family life with ADHD. Good luck.